Hey guys, welcome to JayWalk Media. This is Matt Miller, and watch what happens when this woke atheist decides to confront Vivek Ramaswamy during one of his speeches about his belief in God. Watch how Vivek handles this.
Independent voter. I live 10 minutes from here, so I'm not a plant.
I don't care if you are.
Yeah.
I want to be president of the United States when somebody's a Democrat asks me a question.
Right. First time I ever heard you speak, I thought...
The Democrat came because they thought they were going to a Democrat's event. But
no, I'm an independent voter.
Yeah, that's right.
First time I heard you speak, I thought, wow, this guy got shot out of a cannon. This guy's probably my age. Man, this is exciting. I'm an atheist.
It's allowed in this country. It's the beauty of it.
We are one of the largest voting blocks in the country. Mm-hmm. And then I find out that your number one truth is God is real. I'll be frank, I couldn't give two shits if you think God is real or not. How does that speak to the non-religious voter? How is that something that's supposed to motivate us to think, wow,
so I've gotten this question from my friends even.
This guy cares about us when the first issue he cares about is this idea that's never going to be settled, it's never going to be solved, you're going to debate for years about it.
Fair enough.
You know, why is that the first truth?
What's your name, sir?
Justin.
So the 10 things I'm saying there is not an issue. You know what my issues are. We're going to shut down the deep state. We're going to grow this economy. We're going to declare independence from China. We're going to stay out of World War III, secure our own borders, and revive national pride in this country. That's the job of the president. It's not my job to be a pastor, and one good way to know that is, as I said, my faith background is even a little bit different than the traditional faith background of people who have run. But the beauty of this country is you get to exercise your belief system no matter what it is, as long as you're not harming somebody else. That's what the First Amendment says. So do we see right now a federal government that's imposing Christianity on people who are atheist or Hindu or whoever and trying to convert them? No, we don't. What we see is a government that is imposing a religion, but it's one that's on the guise of secularism. And modern wokeism is absolutely a religion. Certain words you can't say, clothes you can't wear, apologies you must recite, excommunication procedures that must be initiated. That's a religion in this country. What we do see is a climate religion in this country. You got to flog yourself, wear a hair shirt. It's not the Catholic Church requiring you to wear a hair shirt. It's the Church of the Climate requiring you to wear a hair shirt, saying that thou shalt build a carbon dioxide pipeline across the backyard of your Iowa farms by hell or high water if you want it. And we're going to name the price using eminent domain because the climate gods have said so. The patron saint, Joan of Arc, Greta Thunberg, saying that she must actually, thou shalt bend the knee to the new religion of climate. That's really what's happening in the country. And so what I'm saying there is we got to be pithy, right? I mean, there's a few words that I can't for each of those truths. But the reality is there is an established religion in the United States today. It's just not a traditional religion. It's a modern cult, from wokeism to transgenderism to climatism to COVIDism. These became religious cults in the country. And so what I say is, if you believe in God, if you are a Christian or Hindu or Jewish or atheist or whatever, you're free to practice your faith and belief system without the government coming for you, without the FBI giving you an extra eye because you're practicing a certain faith, or a bank telling you because the government tells them to, that if you're a hate group because you don't adopt a traditional view of marriage that you can't get a loan. These are the realities that we encounter today. And so my view is there's a lot of true things we can say, but the things that I'm aiming to say in this campaign are the things that need to be said in the moment we live in. So I hope that addresses your question.
But I appreciate it. Hey, the question I have that's bigger is what actual line could you tell an atheist, secular, a satanic voter that would appeal to them that's not a kitschy conservative catchphrase?
Okay, I'll tell you this.
The wokeism and all that. No, what we see is a government that is propping up Christianity, that is excusing Christianity's bad actors, that isn't doing anything to fight Christian nationalism.
So here's what I believe. There may be points in our history where that would be applicable. Respectfully, I don't think that's actually a major threat in this country compared to the threats that I named. But
Christian nationalism. But you don't feel that's a...
I don't feel like that's a major threat right now.
January 6th.
I feel like wokeism and transgenderism is. But you asked me to say something that will allow to speak to people who are atheists.
Because there's an atheist watching this right now.
Yeah, let me actually just address your question. You are free to live your life and practice your faith or absence thereof freely without anybody standing in your way. Because that's what the First Amendment of the Constitution ensures. And if I have one job as your next president, it is to swear an oath to that Constitution and to keep it.
So this guy decides to confront Vivek for saying that his number one tenet or the number one principle that he holds is that he believes in God and he is in service of God. Just like any religious person, that would be their first primary goal in life, is to serve God and to do good. Religious people understand that. Atheists, maybe not. And that's what this guy is demonstrating here, that this is a foreign concept. It's a concept that's controversial. And he's challenging him and saying that that's his first tenet. Now, Vivek, I think he does a good job handling and addressing this because he says, look, there's all this other stuff that I say that pointing to my belief in God and basically drawing the line there is not really fully digesting what he's about.
Hey guys, I want to give a quick shout out to our amazing sponsor, Bonner Private Wines Partnership. Do you guys like drinking wine with dinner, but get tired of the overly sugary, mass-produced stuff that you find at the grocery store? Well, let me tell you about something different. Wines from extreme altitudes not only taste better, but are actually better for you. These wines come from up to 9,000 feet in the Andes Mountains of Argentina and are packed with polyphenols and antioxidants, compounds that are known to be good for your heart health and your overall health. What does that mean for you? Wines that are rich in flavor and pure without being full of chemicals and dyes that you'd find in generic wines. Imagine tasting smoky, bold tasting wine in a bottle that is crafted in one of the most remote places in the world. The Bonner Private Wines Partnership makes it easy to get these rare wines. Right now you can save $25 on your first order and get complimentary shipping. Just visit bonnerprivatewines.com/JayWalk to get started. This is a healthier, tastier wine experience you won't want to miss out on. Now let's get back to the video.
You know, any religious person will tell you that their morality, that what they do in life is because of God. They believe that God made the world, God made them, and God is responsible for the universe. So, of course, that is at the forefront of a religious person's mind. But this guy's trying to make it into something where Vivek is like this religious nut job, and his number one mission is to make the United States a theocracy or a religious state or something like that. And, you know, Vivek clearly explains that that's not the case. And he fires back at the guy and basically says, look, you got to pay attention to all the other stuff I say because you're missing all of the important parts here. And I think it's interesting, too, that they have a disagreement that Christian nationalism is the most dangerous thing, or one of the most dangerous things facing the United States right now. And I think it's funny because, you know, the right will come up with buzzwords that describe things that we're concerned about, like, for example, critical race theory. I doubt that CNN and MSNBC were really talking about critical race theory as much as Fox News was, or that it wasn't really in their vernacular or their day-to-day conversation like it was people on the right who were concerned about specifically curriculum in schools that use critical theory, which, not to get too into the weeds, but critical theory is a neo-Marxist ideology that comes from the Frankfurt School. So, I mean, that's a real thing. But the buzzword that kind of summed that all up was critical race theory. For the left, they have their own version of buzzwords that we're probably not as familiar with. I'm not even sure what Christian nationalism is. To me, it sounds like Christians who believe in God that are also nationalists, meaning that they're patriotic and that they are in service of the nation state and that they want to protect America and they're putting America first, you know. So this is basically a scary sounding buzzword that describes like most of America, just like Christians that are patriotic. But they're using it to get the left alarmed and frightened of Christian patriots, basically people, and pretending that it's like this big ideology that Trump supporters, this cult that we're in, or that we believe in Christian nationalism and we're starting the Christian Nationalist Party, and that it's this super important and big thing that we're all involved with, when I haven't even heard of it. I've been a Trump supporter since the beginning, and I heard it once before, and I heard a reporter confront Marjorie Taylor Greene about it, and now this guy's confronting Vivek Ramaswamy about it. It must be a left-wing media buzzword that they're using as a tool to frighten people. And I guess, you know, both sides, we have to admit, are guilty of that. And I think while sometimes they're used to frighten people, other times they're used to just summarize a broader, more complicated point or concept that can be shortened down and abbreviated into a word that's more useful in conversation or during a political debate. So anyway, I thought Vivek did a great job handling this guy. And this guy, you have to give him respect too. He was respectful. And I thought that, he was a little smug or whatever, but he could have been a lot worse. He was very respectful. And Vivek's always great at having these respectful back and forths with people that disagree with him. He's really great at kind of diffusing it and having a more substantive conversation where other people might devolve into a screaming match or talking over each other. So good on him. Let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.